if you are thinking about the 10WGT and you want the extra bonuses as well. We have now got the whole program set up so that students can enroll and parents can enroll their teens any time. They do not have to wait for the next enrollment, because that was always something that I found personally, let alone for the person it was affecting, a little bit frustrating and demoralizing when they found this stuff and they found out about it and they're like, oh my goodness, this is what we need. And they're like, when are you next enrolling? And it might not be for months. Or worst case scenario, they're in, year 12 or year 13 and there is not another enrollment before they get their exam block. Okay. So we have worked to be able to make it open so that someone can come in as soon as they want it or as soon as they decide the time is right for them. They get in, they enroll, they're with us for the 10 weeks. They still get 3 live coaching calls. I am running them pretty much like every 3 weeks almost continuously. So they will always get 3 live coaching calls, which leads us into that whole thing around timing. I will tell you, I had a conversation with a parent of a 10WGT graduate earlier today. And it was the, as I always say, the most common feedback I get, which is, I wish we'd gotten this earlier. I wish we'd done this earlier. So I want to make this is always my message. It's always consistent. I want to make this really clear, and I've put together something extra good to help you if you are ever wondering this. And that is, number 1, the earlier they get this, the better, because the most common sentence I hear off of parents, no matter what, is always, I wish we'd got this earlier. But here's my other very important point. It is also never too late. Ellie Diamond, she just took one of the tips that I gave in like a free event similar to this. It was actually on a webinar, and she used it the very next day. And she instantly was able to figure out what the question was asking, how to respond to it, and she got a much higher mark in just that little piece, like she had to do an extended response in English. Okay, so they're instantly actionable. So never too late. If they're in year 12, it's definitely not too late. I've had students in year 12 in term 3 do this training, so please don't ever think it's too late. But also, most people say, I wish we'd done this earlier. Now, the thing to that is who this is suitable for. Suitable for students in years 9 to 12 or 13, depending on your senior year. Okay, so I have made a little, what should we call this? Let's call it a quiz. It's not really a test. Let's do what teachers do. And instead of calling it a test, we'll call it a quiz because that makes it more fun. Is the 10-week Great Transformation right for your teen or not? And it will help you decide on the right timing. Okay? So the first question is your teen in year 9 to 12 or 13 of high school? Yes or no? And you follow the chart and it will take you to either my recommendation, which might just be like, wait another year or 2 or do this instead. Okay, so I absolutely will tell you, you can see I've got all sorts of things here of like, no, this probably isn't right for them. Have a go at this. Here's my recommendation. Here's my advice. Or you've got to like pass all of these tests. You've got to get past all of these points in the quiz to get down to a yes, this is going to be a great fit for them. And this is going to make a massive difference to their results and confidence. And the other thing I would say is if you are thinking that now is not the best time for your teen to do the 10-week program, but you think this could be something that's going to be super helpful for them, and I totally understand that, here's what I would encourage you strongly to do is decide when would be a good time. What would make this a good time? What are the factors or the criteria that will make it a good time versus not a good time? Because what will happen otherwise, like all things in life, if we don't make a plan for things and we don't get really clear on things and we don't predetermine what our criteria are, that time could well come and it will go and we won't realize that we've missed it. And then we'll be in that group of people that's like, oh my goodness, I wish we'd done this earlier. Okay. Or the worst case scenario is they don't get it at all. It just slips off the radar and they continue in the same ways, getting the same grades with the same level of confidence and the same degree of reaching their potential. So just get really clear on that and just have a think and jot down for yourself, like, what are my criteria? What would make this a better time? Write those down, decide what they are. It's probably going to be 2 or 3 things so that when that time comes, you absolutely know it's here. And also question, like, if another year goes by or whatever that might be, and that time has not come up yet, just decide if those criteria are really the best ones and if they need adjusting. Okay, so if you would like any feedback or help on that, then please feel free to drop in the comments like what your situation is and ask me a question, because I have had people that have sent in questions to me or emailed me and asked me about that. And I'm like, yeah, no, this probably isn't what they need right now, or this isn't going to be the time. I always want them to get, where is it? Maximum bang for buck. I want them to get the most out of this. So if this isn't going to be the time that's going to help them get the most out of it, then let's wait and let's figure out what will be the best time. And then let's pounce then. Have a fantastic week ahead, and I will catch you in your inbox. I will send you a few more updates. I'm going to be sending you some more tips and all of the other exciting things that we have coming up. Bye for now.